emote viewing. Now, this emote viewing is a practice that I want people to understand and get into the habit of it, right? Because emote viewing will shift your consciousness of self, will give you a self reflection on your being, right? And will enliven your spirit. So, this is going to be a jewel, this is going to be some gems, and this is going to power you up. You feel me? Power you up in a whole different way, right? If you get into the practice, because this is what I'm saying. I'm tired of it, tired of this stuff where we just giving you plays and nobody's not running the play. You have to run this play. This play is gonna help and shift your consciousness in a whole nother level. Trust me, family. So let's get it on. Let's get it on. Emote viewing, baby. Yeah, Dreamwise channel now. We here. Boom. This is happening. This is happening. Hold on, let me get on big screen. This is happening. Uh so the Patreon family and I, man, I don't know. If y'all not in the Patreon, y'all need to get in there ASAP. We was diving deep in the book club on, sex and all of that stuff, right? We was going heavy in the book club, and the book club wasn't even about sex. That's the crazy thing, but we went into a whole nother zone. D. Ray and I came up with this whole month of June. 6 equals 6. June, 6. 6 equals 6. This whole month of June, we're going to be dropping nothing but information on sex magic, relationships, and how to even get in relationships from our own perspective and from a spiritual lens. You feel me? So we're gonna be diving deep. So we're getting excited about this because this is a hot topic. D. Ray and I, we went through the gambit with the sex books. We went through the game. Y'all took our sex magic class. We went through we went through a whole zone with that, right? So hey, we got that heat, we got that work, and we excited about this June. So y'all stay tuned for this. Patreon family, June 6 equals 6. On Patreon. We going heavy every day. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. What's up, CC, Lauren, Impera? Yes, 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 family. Nigga, them teachers needed to get in them teachers' emotions was looking like sadness in this bitch. I'm like, damn, it's the last day. They were just, how the last day is coming and the time gets heavier. That's what they was looking like. They was feeling like, come on, summer, baby. and to me, this year went by real fast. You feel me? That's what I've been thinking. I said, damn, this year went by real fast. Okay, so emote viewing, right, is an inside out journey. It's an inside out journey. And speaking of teachers and speaking of emote viewing, right, this movie Inside Out I decoded it back in the day. And I'll probably post it on this channel, but go see it on the other channel if you can while it's still up. But when I was a teacher, we used to have these movie days. And I used to just watch all these Disney movies, right? We used to just watch all the Disney movies, right? And, I'm sitting there watching them and everything. And I was like, damn, I just, my spiritual eye, I'm sitting there watching it with the kids. I'm decoding the movie while it's going on. So that's why you see on my last channel, there's nothing but Disney movies decoded. You feel me? Because then when I got on YouTube, I started going crazy with the Disney movie decodes. You feel me? All of them, like Aladdin. What else? Inside Out. Coco. You feel me? All of them Disney movies. I went crazy on it. So that's a big aspect in if you want to understand spirituality. I think watching these Disney movies and seeing the codes that they're putting in these things is a big training wheel practice, right? And especially this Inside Out movie, they telling you straight up, you feel me? This don't have nothing to do with anything else but your emotions, your vibration, your emotions, your vibration, right? And if you can get your vibrations in check, if you can get your emotions in check, then everything else will kind of move how it's supposed to move, right? If you're stuck in a reactionary being, instead of understanding yourself from a lens of this emote viewing, which we're about to talk about, uh, you can literally shift your consciousness and shift your world into a whole different dynamic. So I'm gonna go deep in this emote viewing because I want y'all to get this practice and get this play on so we can really get down with the get down. You feel me? So Inside Out was one of them movies that showed you straight out like there's nothing else you have to really get into but the inside world. Your inside world is your universe, your own universe, right? And everybody has their own perception of this reality. Everybody's living out their own truth. Nobody's truth is the same. You came down here to experience your adventure for you. Now, problem is we've been tricked and mind controlled into believing uh that these emotions are supposed to be the driving force, right? If we feel some kind of emotion, we're supposed to drive towards that and stay gun ho on that. I'm mad, so let me. I'm happy, so let me. I'm sad, so you know what I'm saying. So let me dwell in that, right? Instead of consciously taking yourself out of your body and observing the emotion at hand. So I'm gonna get into this emote viewing practice because this is gonna be heavy because this is what we're talking about. We're talking about your vibration. Your vibration is a key to everything, right? And I'm gonna do in the Mystic Mind Conference, I'm gonna go heavier on the aspect of emotions, vibration, and imagination. Cause shit, I got some shit for that shit, baby. So understand the vibrational frequency, right? Y'all seen the map of consciousness before, right? You are, if you're resonating from the suffering realm, then you're gonna stay what? Suffering. Chaos in the blood. If you're resonating from what? The struggle realm, guess what? Y'all asking to stay struggling like a bitch, baby. Look, I used to be resonating from this suffering realm, right? Like crazy. Just when I was selling drugs and shit like that. And I was so angry at the world. I was just so mad and disgusted. And a lot of people can't get over that energy because they don't want to. They're addicted to the mad. They're addicted to the sadness. They're addicted to feeling let down, betrayed, right? Because of the stereotypes and one, maybe they got hurt, so they don't trust people and all of this other stuff, right? So that's why you see shame, guilt, apathy, grief, all of them low vibrational energies, low vibrational frequencies, because it's basically showing you that if you're staying stuck in this suffering illusion, right, that you're creating for yourself, you will continue to suffer. It's as easy as that, baby. Simple. Look, I can't make it up. Struggle. Pride. You're too prideful. You can't get out your own way, right? Anger. You're just angry at the world for no reason. My mama didn't do this. My daddy never picked me up, right? That shit. You keep that bottled into your system and you can't even express yourself in a whole new light. So when I was in this red zone, the suffering zone, right? I'm a drug dealer. I'm doing my thing. I'm making this money. You feel me? I'm making this money, what I thought was money at the time, right? But at the same time, it wasn't shit because every time I would make money, I would notice something would happen for where I lose the money quickly. And I was like, man, hold on, what in the world is this? I'm talking about I'm not doing no spiritual work. I was one of them people that just listen to this shit. Y'all know them people. Y'all might be some of them people. I was just listening like a bitch. One of them type of people. You feel me? Just be listening and not doing shit about it. You feel me? Just be sitting back like, yeah, I'm just, yeah. Drop that shit, Dream. That's right. Drop that shit, Bobby. That's it. That was me. I was a listener like a motherfucker. Till I became a spiritual worker, then my world started to change. So I bought 3 cars in a matter of 18 months. 3 Lincoln, and back in the day, the hood nigga, we just drive Lincoln Town cars and goddamn, what was that other car I got? It was one of them cop cars. What was that? Damn, what was that? That hoe got up though. Shit. Nigga, I wrecked 3 cars in the matter of 18 months. So the money that I was gaining as, basically capital and interest, right? From the drug thing, I had to turn around and buy another car. So I'm losing it, right? And then my re-up is short because I gotta buy a $4,500 car, right? And now I'm looking like, damn, okay. And it kept on happening over and over and over again. And to the life of me, I didn't really break through and look back at that experience and say, oh shit, I was in an angry state. I was in a suffering state. So I had to keep suffering. I had to keep on getting it because I was in that zone of, well, let me keep on getting it. You feel me? I was in the struggle body. I was in the fear zone, right? Because I was taking my own supply and being caught up in the aspect of this shit will power me up. Chaos in the blood, baby. Them drugs was horrible, baby. That's a detrimental thing to your ass. So when I finally went cold turkey and did that 2 weeks of comatose, my whole being was stuck, like I was about to die. That was my breaking point. That was the point where I was like, all right, enough is enough. Fuck it. I know Jesus ain't real. I know this is da 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 da. I understand that there's some work that has to be done. Let me get in my bag. Let me get in my zone and do my motherfucking work. Until that goddamn fucking life hit your ass on a bitch, knock your motherfucking ass out, you ain't moving. And that's what I'm saying. Like, some people are gonna have to learn the hard way, right? And I was one of them. So I'm trying to instill some energy into the family to say, hey, instead of you learning the hard way, why don't you run the gambit, run the play on yourself, right? And say, you know what? Let me just try what Dream is saying. So when I give you this work, family, trust me, nigga, do not take it for granted. This is what helped me. This is what helped me a lot because after I came out of that 2 week comatose, right? Can't remember the exact book I read. It was one of them, it was one of them love yourself books, one of them, Indian guru people, right? But this shit was absolutely off the chain, and it was a power play for me to understand self and understand why I kept on running into these problems and handle my addiction accordingly. You feel me? So that's heavy, heavy, heavy. So yeah, here we go. What is emote viewing? What is emote viewing? And it's not even called emote viewing. I had actually coined this phrase because I couldn't really understand what else to call it at the time. Emote viewing is you every night, every night, every night, I want you to consciously take yourself to bed. See, people, see, this is the hard part because, people are stuck in their space of saying, well, I want to watch this last show. I got to wait until I get super tired to go to bed, right? And trust me, I was that way too. I waited till I got super tired, baby. Fuck that. I see, and that's not how you really get out with the get down, right? If you really want to get in your bag, if you really want to get in your zone of genius, right, you got to get uncomfortable. And the uncomfortable is you saying, you know what? Let me take myself to sleep instead of falling asleep. You feel me? So this is step one. Take yourself in the bed. Put yourself in the bed, right? Boom. Now, you can sit up or you can lay down. Either one is cool, right? But, preferably you might want to lay down because you can get into a lucid dreaming adventure as well with that, right? And I thought about this because yesterday I did a Patreon post, or today I did a Patreon post, which was yesterday, but it came out today on lucid dreaming and how you got to do this work. But then I said, let me do this in mode viewing video for the family to jumpstart this new page. So now this is what you're going to do. You are going to lay down in the bed, right? And observe your whole day. You're going to start from the beginning of your day. From the beginning of that specific day, you're going to start and observe your day. You driving in the car to work. What was you thinking at that morning, right? You going to get the coffee, right? Was the girl at the counter cute, right? Was you really digging her vibes, right? Why didn't you say nothing to the chick if you're single, right? This is important. The details are important because the minor details is what's key to you tripwiring something inside of you so you can make the correct changes the next time. You finally getting to work and sitting at your desk, right? Did you say in your mind, man, I hope that motherfucker don't come and talk to me? I ain't trying to talk to nobody today, baby. I'm sitting in my shell. I'm going to be in my bubble. Or were you like, let me go tell my favorite coworker, hey, did you see the game last night? Chaos in the blood, baby. Look, I used to, my coworker, my coach, because it was two of us. We were PE teachers or whatever, right? And I knew my nigga, he was gonna come when he was Hispanic, right? He was gonna come with, man, you seen the game last night? I would never see the game ever because I wasn't into sports or whatever. And I like sports, but after a while you started getting into the aspect of, okay, something else, right? So anyway, long story short, he said, "Hey, you seen the game?" And I would just make up a whole story and talk to him about the game and what happened, right? Because once you've seen one game, you've seen them all, right? So all he had to do was give me a few clues, right? And then I damn near remote viewed the damn game, and he was like, "Yeah, I know." So I'll be sitting there looking at my phone because it would be interesting, right? And I'd be like, "Oh, that nigga did that. That nigga a lame." Chaos in the blood, baby. So these are key details. Every moment you want to damn near go 30 minutes by 30 minutes, every moment into this emote viewing, right? Because the more detailed and intricate you get with the emotion of the situation that was happening, right? The more you can understand yourself and then start adjusting the next time, and then the next time, and then the next time, right? If it's something that you want to adjust, right? Because remember what I said, this is about your vibration. That's it, right? See, a lot of people are saying, yeah, I want to have a lot of money. I want to manifest a whole a whole bunch of money. I want to travel. I want to manifest a house because they're thinking that that is going to bring or stir up the feeling, right? Which it damn near might do. But what if you put yourself in the feeling right now? Chaos in the blood, baby. That's what we're talking about. If you start acting or not acting, because you want to really be resonating with it, right? But if you start moving that feeling right now into the aspect of, I am this millionaire, I am this, I am a traveler, I am prosperous, I love, I'm happy, joyful, right? Then the physical world or the physical elements will catch up with it. Chaos in the blood, baby. So you got to understand that to the core, that this is why we want to do the emote viewing. Because if you're seeing moment by moment, check me out, family, I'm telling you, every night, if you can see moment by moment, the detailed poor mindset that you was thinking from 11 to 2 because you was worried about your bills from 11 to 2, then guess what you can do after that? Bing bong, change the vibration. You feel me? Do something to manipulate that thought. Transform the thought form all the way, right? So now if you manipulate that thought immediately, now guess what happens? Okay, now I'm more positive. Okay, I got this higher vibration. Now I'm moving in a certain sense. See, a lot of people are succumbing to their reality, right? And remember, like Albert Einstein says, this is a persistent illusion. Persistent, consistent illusion. So if this is a persistent, consistent illusion, guess what? You have the power and the right to change the illusion. The end. Right? Hey, I can't make it up. You just go read any of these quantum books. They telling you straight out that this thing is about energy, waves, and particles, this physical form, right? So now if you're able to change the wave, change the energy, right? Consciously, then you're able to change the reality, right? But you first got to start with what? Observing what the problem is. Observing what the problem is. I used to go to, when I had a job or whatever, I used to go, it'll be Friday, get off, right? And I know what these teachers are feeling now, baby. Chaos in the blood. God damn, they ready to get on that. They ready to get on that Caribbean cruise ship. That shit leaving June 1st, baby. Them teachers like, I'm up, man. I can't even wait. Right? I'm sitting in there this morning. I'm like, these teachers need to have some energy about themselves. You got me in this bitch. I'm ready to go. The kids don't know the words. You got this presentation going on and the music ain't working. I was tapping D-Ray like, babe, what in the world is going on with this school? I said, man, we probably got to take KJ out of this school. I said, shit. I said, this might be this nigga last year. We might have to put this nigga in some private school, something. Because, oh boy, this shit is getting strange. First off, he didn't even have a teacher the whole year. The first teacher left halfway through the year, right? Then he had a teacher, and then he had just subs. I'm like, ain't that so? He wasn't learning nothing, man. And then my son, he got some energy, and he ain't trying to hear none of that shit. So you got to teach him, or he gonna just rebel, right? So they was putting him on the iPads. I'm like, all right, they ain't even. I tell, hey, KJ, what you do today? He said, oh, the iPad. I learned he trying to lie to me, so I won't come up there and be like, Hey dog, my son be on an iPad all day. They be trying to calm his ass down because themselves know shit. They can't handle the God. You feel me? And I be letting them have it too. I be letting them go for what he know. You feel me? So man, I'm telling you, I get it. I was a teacher too. I get it. That shit is hard, but God damn, we didn't have a principal. God damn, what school was you at? God damn. Nah, we see when I was working, we had a bad class. The teacher quit like quarter of the year. Super bad class. Nobody didn't want to take the class. The subs was dropping out, nigga. We called that class Miss Vacant because that bitch was vacant the whole year, baby. That shit was crazy. I was like, oh, that's Miss Vacant's class. That class was bad. I ain't gonna lie. Some of these kids, they be turning up on teachers. So especially when you deal with like hood schools. Cause see, I was in a hood school, but I could handle the hood school because I came from the same apartment, same environment. So they respect me and they knew and I knew their dads and stuff. You feel me? So it's crazy. Damn. Yeah, education system is dead than a motherfucker. That education system is dead. So understand, right? So these teachers right now, they need to be emote viewing. You need to be emote viewing your situation at hand and understanding, right? What 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 beta state am I in particular times, right? So from 11 to 2, am I in this beta state of worrying about the bills, trying to worrying about my boss, stressing about my boss, thinking about my boss, right? Thinking about my children, right? Or am I in, I'm telling you, I did this and this shit shift my whole consciousness and reality, this emote viewing, right? Because I would sit up at night and be like, all right, man, what the fuck? Keep on running. I keep on running. This is when I was a personal trainer. So this was before, all of that stuff, right? So so like we would have to get clients and stuff like that, right? So I would sit back every night and reflect on, okay, what was my experience with this client? Why do I talk to this client more and this client less, right? Why do I not have the same energy for this client, but I had to, you know what I'm saying? So I would observe that, but then I would also observe myself from a perspective of am I am I feeling anxious about something? Am I feeling anxious about the bills? Am I feeling anxious about, my environment and stuff like that? Am I feeling anxious about whatever? Because shit, when I got off them drugs, you had that little struggle period and stuff like that, right? So the long story short, I had a car. That motherfucker, I couldn't tell if the gas tank, I couldn't tell if it was on full or it just stayed on E. So you know how the gas, you got to see. I can't remember what kind of car it was. It was a Crown Vic. That's what it was. It was Crown Vic. So I'm in the hood. Like that's the hood. That's the hood car for your ass. That hoe gonna drive and all of that. But my gas thing didn't work. So nigga, I would be worried about the gas, and I'm just driving up the street, thinking like, okay, I got some gas. I got some gas. Remember, niggas used to put $10 in they that. God damn. Oh God, the struggle was real, baby. God damn, niggas used to eat McDonald's. I got on my McDonald's house now. God damn, niggas was just trying to survive. Look, I was eating. What was that? Monday, they would have Frenchie's chicken, 2 piece. I get that. Tuesday, it would be, was it Popeyes? Popeyes 2 piece? Yeah, for $1. $1. God damn, that shit was trash. Wednesday, Frenchies again because they did Monday and Wednesday. Then Thursdays, I think it was Popeyes again. Nigga, I was eating chicken like I was turning into a chicken. Chaos in the blood, baby. So when I was viewing myself and saying, damn, I'm really in this struggle body, right? Let me get off of this chicken line and start moving into a different space, into a different zone. I started challenging myself a little bit more. You feel me? I started really putting myself in perspective and saying, oh, okay, this is why I'm smoking them cigarettes right after I eat. Because I'm feeling content. So, and then smoking is like, oh, you're so content and shit. This is why I'm doing this right after blah blah blah, right? So that's a big thing, family. I'm telling you this. You gotta observe your whole day from the beginning when you wake up. What are you thinking? To the end when you're right in your bed. What have you been thinking, right? And I promise you, if you practice this practice, I'm telling you straight up, right? It might be a little challenging to be consistent because hell, I wasn't consistent, but I was able to catch a rhythm of consistency in spurts. You feel me? And those spurts of consistency doing it, right, was just enough for me to understand myself from a whole different perspective and then start meshing my shadow self. You feel me? And blending my shadow self with me, right? So that I would emote view and then be like, damn man, I know I like that girl. Why didn't I talk to her? Chicken like a bitch, nigga. That was at me eating that damn Popeyes. Acting like a little bitch. You goddamn chaos in the blood, baby. So that's a huge thing, family. I'm telling you, it's like observing ego, but you're observing your whole day and just understanding the energy you had in specific packets and stuff like that. So if you do it consistently for let's say, let's push ourselves here. Let's say if you do it on and off consistently somewhere for about 3 months, I promise you, it might just be my own experience, so I don't know. But I promise you, what I felt in the shift of consciousness, right, was a whole different level of game, of understanding self and really understanding my emotions and really understanding how I tick. Like I was emo viewing and I was observing myself. I was like, damn, I spent a damn hour on the phone with my homeboy that's in Chicago. I remember that day. I was like, what the fuck was we doing? We catching up and stuff. We just talking about life, the game, and shit like that. I'm like, what the hell was I doing? Why was I in that bag? Why I was in that zone? I get it, you got to spend some, but this was my partner from Chicago, and we spending an hour a day damn near. You feel me? And I'm like, nah, I gotta cut that shit out. You feel me? I gotta cut out the small talk with my homeboys trying to call me and had this small talk shit, right? Because at the same time, they're not serving me either. You feel me? I'm wasting time running around in circles with y'all when I got bigger fish to fry. So this is a huge play, family, that I want y'all to move into and then really get into the space of love and compassion for y'all self.